Hey guys, it's me Holly, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a guide to British comedies as a girly who loves sitcoms and anything to do with British comedies, quite frankly. I feel like I've watched a fair share of British comedies, so I wanted to compile them into this video because I know I've had times where I've finished a series and I thought I need another one right now. This will be your guide because I've watched quite a few and I feel like I can kind of match the vibes up. So if you've liked one thing, I'll find you another one. So let's just get into it. Okay, I'm ready to begin this video. First of all, did just want to mention I am wearing my Inside Number 9 Stage Fright merch. This is cheese and crackers. Love it. I am actually seeing Inside Number 9 Stage Fright for the second time in September. Let's get into this. The first thing I want to say is I was looking at my watch history to just find like what different sites have the different sitcoms. A lot of them are on BBC. So you have a good chance if you go on the BBC iPlayer, there's a chance you're going to scroll and you're going to find something good. There is a high chance. But anyway, on the BBC, I'm going to tell you all the ones to look out for. I'm also not going to assume you're going to like the same thing as me, so I'm going to give you a little bit of information because comedy is subjective. There are some things I've attempted to watch, hasn't worked out for me. Some things that you're going to attempt to watch, not going to work out for you. I'm going to give you a little rundown of what the kind of vibe is here. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, BBC's Ghosts. I struggle to say that on the best of days. I've rewatched this one 7 times. Genuinely, it's just a comfort show. The cast are the main reason I love it so much. They are just, in my opinion, naturally very funny, and I adore them. It's the Horrible Histories bunch. I think the fans call them the 6 idiots. I always feel kind of bad saying that, so I never know if I want to or not, but that's kind of what the fans have labelled them. Ghosts is about a couple who inherit, is that the right word? Inherit. That doesn't sound right. They get a house. It was from like a great-grandmother. I probably should know that for certain, shouldn't I? But I think it's a great-grandmother. And for it to make sense, I'm going to have to tell you one of the main things that does happen in the first episode. Alison bangs her head somehow. Not going to tell you how. You can find that one out. And that leads her to be able to see ghosts because I think the logic is she was kind of like halfway between life and death. Do you know what I mean? So she can now see ghosts, even though she's alive. And basically, when a person dies in this house, they will either stay as a ghost or they will be moved on, which means they are no longer a ghost, they will just rise up. That's the premise of Ghosts, and my main reason I like it is just because it feels comfortable. I just feel like I never felt, I always just felt safe watching the show. It just was a really, really lovely one to watch. I don't think there's ever a time there's been really deep topics spoken about. Sometimes I don't really like watching things that are really dramatic or anxiety inducing. So this is the complete opposite. And all the episodes have a fun little challenge that the ghosts and Alison and Mike are trying to deal with. So it's just family fun. I mean, I've showed it to my family and they've liked it as well, so.
Oh, that looks absolutely lovely, that, doesn't it? You're gonna put an egg on it? He's put an egg on it. Oh. Oh.
Try some veggie sausages, please,
No.
on a roll.
No. Disgusting.
Next we have Here We Go, which I feel like is underrated, but people might not agree because I don't know how many people actually watch this show. In my opinion, I don't think many people know about it. I don't think enough people know about it because it's genuinely one of my faves. I think Ghosts and Here We Go are on the same level. I mean, Jim Howick is in both. So maybe it's just Jim. Anywhere Jim is perfection. But Here We Go is literally just following the life of a family. And it's literally just a documentary style filmed by the youngest child called Sam. And it's just a documentary style vlog thing. It's for his media studies project at school. And it's just really, really fun. And just hilarious. It's the type of thing where you will just hear background dialogue. It feels so real and just like a family would conversate. Conversate? Is that a word? I don't even know. I might make things up. I don't know. But it's just how people would talk in a family and it feels so real to me. And yeah, in my opinion, each episode is quite fun. Similar vibe to Ghosts, where it's like each episode there's just like one thing that happens. You could probably like skip an episode and it won't really impact too much. Like it's not like there's like a slight running plot, but also you don't really need to follow it in an order. But you would want to. I'm just saying, like, it's not like, sometimes it's relieving if there's a show that you don't have to constantly be paying like so much attention to. Like, you're gonna get what's happening no matter what. So yeah.
Where I can go bird watching.
But not so off grid that we're not near a nightclub. I think for the other kind of bird watching.
Robin?
I'm joking. Or am I? No, I am.
Stop trying to crowbar bird watching into everything, Mum. If you want to pervert birds, you can do it out the window.
At what? There's nothing out there. You haven't even got a bird feeder.
Then get a bird feeder.
It's all right. I'll factor that in, Sue.
Oh, also, near a power...
On the contrary to all of that is Inside Number 9. This is an anthology series, which means that every episode is different, which is very, very interesting. Like, I'd never seen anything like it when I first watched it, and I became utterly obsessed with it. Every episode so different and just so clever. I think I was really appreciating how clever it was. It's by Reese Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton, and I will admit it is very dark sometimes. There is very tough topics discussed in this one, and that can be very challenging to watch. There are certain episodes that are more lighter than others, but mostly you're probably going to get something quite weird and unexpected that's going to happen. So if that's not your vibe, don't watch this one. But they are clever and funny. Some episodes may not feel funny, but they will have like slight moments of it that are just quite funny. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh my god, rolling around laughing type vibe. It's more like your mind's gonna be like blown by the end of most of these episodes. A good episode, it doesn't really matter what you start with. The first episode is Sardines, which I think is a really good one. It's one of my favourites. It has such a good cast. But another one I'd recommend is 12 Days of Christine. That is so sad. That is not a comedy. Like, there are funny moments in it, but like, that is so sad. Bernie Clifton's Dressing Room. That is also sad, but really funny. Next BBC show is This Country. So it's a documentary. I think they're called mockumentaries, aren't they? When it's like a comedy documentary. It's just making fun of a documentary. And using kind of the aspects of it. So it's about like a village in the Cotswolds, I think. And just basically following Kerry and Curtin, who are cousins, and just like the life in the village. And like, it's like mundane stuff, but it's just really, really funny. I did have a pause. I think I watched the first season and then I didn't continue on. So it wasn't one that like completely gripped me initially, but like I always found it funny when I watched it. Like, and I've just finished it now and it was really, really good. It's just that kind of like British humour, like pure British humour. Yeah, I feel like that's the only way I can describe it. It's just British in such a good way. And I just love the kind of dynamic between Kerry, Curtin and the vicar, who kind of just like helps them out and stuff. It's just so good.
I think we've got to go, actually. There's a no waiting zone here. See you, man.
What are you doing?
Getting away from that fucking nutcase.
Captain!
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, it's a dead end. Oh! Fuck.
You stalled?
Yes, I know it fucking stalled.
Reverse. Going to reverse.
Yes.
Reverse.
How?
Go into
There.
reverse. That's it. Down like that.
Yeah.
Right. Check your mirrors. Go round like this. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. You've got plenty of room. Plenty of room.
Oh!
Next thing on BBC is not a show, but like a game show type vibe, and it's Would I Lie to You, which is very, very fun. I feel like it's obviously like more of like a game show type thing, so it's not like a storyline or anything. But if you want to watch comedians, or literally, I think they just have random people on there, to be honest, like random celebrities doing like lying or telling the truth. It's very, very fun, and it's got Lee Mack, David Mitchell and Rob Brydon. I think that's it. They just like, every episode is hilarious because of them. So yeah, that one is great. Now on Netflix. Now these aren't, obviously they weren't made by Netflix. They were made on stuff like, one sec. I literally just freaked out because my friend Penny just said that she has a fat crush on Ben Wilbond from Ghosts. The way I dropped the mic to tell her I agree wholeheartedly. Like, on Netflix, they buy shows to like put onto Netflix from like Channel 4, mainly is where most of these are on, I think. I think most of these are on Channel 4, maybe even like some of them are BBC, but you can find them on Netflix, and I can probably tell you where else you can find them if you don't have Netflix. So, Staflet Flats. It's such a specific type of comedy that just absolutely got me. Like, that is my humour. So basically it's about a guy called Stath who works for his father in a company called Michael and Eagle, and he has to obviously let these flats, but these flats are obviously, they're awful, they're dreadful, and he's also no better at selling them. And I mean, to be honest, like, obviously it is about him selling the flats and, you know, the kind of work environment, but you're there just for the vibes. Like, every character is just so like silly, but like they all feel kind of similar in the way where it just like, it's okay to be that weird person. Like, they do kind of speak with another agency, like a letting agency, who are kind of more of like, you know, like, they feel like bullies, to be honest, but like everyone who works in Michael and Eagle, their humour was just so specifically like funny to me. Like, they would, I think it's because Stath, he pronounces words, or no, he doesn't pronounce words wrong. He kind of, I think it's because Stath made up so many new sayings that like you just think, how is just changing the wording of a phrase making me laugh this much? Or he would just get in situations that just like, how are you getting into them situations? Or he just does things that are just like not the social norm. You're just like, that is just not what you do in life. Like, no one would do that, but of course he would, because he just didn't get it. There is a specific moment I am thinking about when I'm talking about that, but I can't share that because it is just a really funny moment. I don't want to ruin that, but I feel like it is a very specific type of humor. So yeah, but I adore it. One of my favorite TV pairings is Al and Sophie. I just think they're so adorable. It's insane. Like, I felt giddy just like watching them. I love them.
Where is us? Live, love, let's.
What is that? What is that?
Next on Netflix is Taskmaster. Obviously gonna mention it. This is like the place to find new comedians, laugh at people. Like, it's great. It's so good. I think I found a lot of shows through this as well. So if you see a comedian that you find funny, likelihood is they've been in something that you can Google and find. I only found out about Inside Number 9 because Steve was on Taskmaster. So there is just a whole wave of things that happens when you watch Taskmaster. You will just discover so many people that you just love. And it's just such light-hearted entertainment. Like, I saw someone make a video on TikTok and they said like they feel so much better in life because the only media they are consuming is Taskmaster content. And I'm like, that would make sense. Like, no dread, no anxiety, just pure vibes. Like, it's good fun. I feel like everyone will enjoy that in their own way because, you know, they're for the comedy, they're for the fun tasks, logical thinking, lateral thinking, probably should have said. I don't know. Yeah, it's a vibe. It is a vibe, and I just recommend that to literally everyone because I don't understand how someone could not like it. But I'm not going to force you to. I just will not understand it. However, I will admit, some of the first seasons, I think there's literally one season I haven't watched. I'll be so real with you, and it's one of the first ones. I've watched one, I've watched two. I think it's either the third or fourth I haven't watched. I'm sorry about that, guys, but I think there is one season I couldn't sit through. Which is actually kind of crazy to me. Like, how would I not be able to? Maybe I should try again. But next we have Motherland. Oh, by the way, you can find the previous two on Channel 4 if you don't have Netflix. Next we have Motherland, which is goated. Like, I remember watching, I think after I watched that for the first time, I rewatched it straight away because it's just insanely funny. Like, it follows Julia and how she's kind of navigating through motherhood in a way. You know, she's just like, she's just so real. The way she crashes out in literally every episode is just, yeah. Poor Julia. She just gets in, she just basically just crashes out all the time. You know, she's a mother to 2 kids. She's crashing out all over the place. There's also Liz and Kevin, who are like the kind of her friends. Love Kevin. He is just hilarious. And Liz is played by Diane Morgan, who I just adore.
Oh, I love these.
What are you doing?
I had one of these when I was little.
That's
Play
her
with it.
dad.
Huh?
That was her dead dad's face.
A dead dad?
Yes. It was an impression of his face like a death mask.
Ooh, what do you mean? How do you know that?
He's had it like that since he died.
Well, that's stupid. What are we going to do later?
Okay, so next is Kunk on Earth, which I had seen loads of TikTok clips beforehand, and I was like, it was obviously her talking with, like, interviewing different, like, professors or whatever, and I watched those clips thinking, like, is this genuinely a real show? Like, and I recognised Diane, so I was like, I don't think so, but when I watched it, incredible. It's just basically like a documentary of Britain. No, that's Kunk on Britain. On the Earth. I think I have watched Kunk on Britain, that's why I'm getting confused. It's basically just talking about history, like everything in history. Fun way to find facts out, but also just so silly with some of the stuff that she says to these people. Like, go search up Kunk on Earth clips on TikTok. I assure you, you will be surprised by most things that she's going to say. Like,
Why was it so dangerous to show Elvis from the waist down? Was he naked underneath, like a pervert on a Zoom call?
He wasn't naked. He moved his hips around a lot in a very sort of sexual manner, and there was a lot of anxiety that young women might be a little bit too turned on by Elvis.
People were prudish back then, weren't they? If they saw his penis, they'd probably have a stroke, wouldn't they?
Probably. I don't think that would have made it onto the media. Oh, God.
That's not a joke. What's funny about that? If they saw his penis, they'd have a stroke. That's no laughing matter. We're talking about people's lives here.
next we have Derry Girls. I watched that a little while ago, so I don't have such a good memory of it. I think probably 2 years ago. I don't even remember. But I just remember liking the kind of like friendship aspect of that. Like, sometimes shows just have such a good like vibe between all the characters. It's just like, I would love to just watch this forever. Like, I love that little friendship group. And I don't remember it too well now, but I remember having such a good time watching that. So I'm still going to recommend it here. But I don't have the best memory of what actually happened. So I'm sorry about that. Another one that I can't remember too well, but I remember absolutely adoring is Friday Night Dinner. That one was just a family. I swear, do most of the episodes actually happen in the house as well? Like, I'm trying to think, because I haven't watched it for a while, but I'm like, there are times they go out the house, but I think mainly it's just them in their house having Friday night dinner around their parents' house. Like, and that's the fun. That is the vibes. I really enjoy, like, just the kind of premises of different British comedies because they're just very specific. I just don't even know how, like, it's just a family, like, having dinner on a Friday night dinner. It says it in the title. One I do want to mention, Channel 4, Big Boys. This follows, like, Jack, who's in university or starting university, and basically, like, the friendships he forms. Very funny, very funny. You get to the last episode and you bawl your eyes out. So just prepare. If you're going to watch that one, it is so brilliant. I really recommend it. The first season as well. Like, I had such a great time watching that. I think it's also on Netflix, but the third season isn't. But I literally, like, the final episode, I cannot tell you anything about it. But it broke me in a, like, whole new way. Like, it is terribly sad, but very fun to begin with. And that's kind of the point of it. You'll understand. But, yeah, that is, yeah, I wanted to mention that one because I just think it's brilliant. But yeah, I think that is all my recommendations for today. If I've forgotten anything, I will probably cry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.